Hey guys, this is Michael, teacher turned trucker, and just coming about you. I want to talk about a DOT physical. I've tried making the video a few times to learn the ropes with this video recording, plus using Linux. So if you have any suggestions in that field, feel free to leave a comment below. So the physical itself, this is one of those areas I was really worried about it because, frankly, 46 years old, changing careers, and didn't know what to expect, not in the best of shape. So, if I had planned ahead of time and known when I went to get my learner's permit that I had to have the physical, it would have been a much smoother process. As it turned out, it still wasn't too bad. Things just really were blessed and worked out well. But I want to give you guys a couple things that you need to be mindful of. First and foremost, if you have sleep apnea, you're going to need a compliance printout. I recommend doing the 90-day. That way you don't have to worry about showing up with one and them saying they need more. Okay? They're looking at probably 70 to 75% compliance is I think what I heard. Mine was 100, so it wasn't a big issue for me. I use it. I need it. It helps. From there, you want to make sure you have a recent copy. I don't think it can be more than 30 days old. From there, also make sure you have a letter from your primary physician if you're taking any medications that could be viewed as hampering or affecting your ability to drive. Narcotics, obviously, some allergy medicines, muscle relaxers, certainly, sleep aids, some allergy medicines like Benadryl will, but that's over the counter, so be aware of that. So the letter is essentially going to say that, hey, the individual's been spoken with, they know what the guidelines are, what's acceptable, what isn't, when they can use it, when they can't. Okay, that's the way that the doctor told me. Be aware also that not all primary physicians will be able to do the physical. Apparently there's some training that's involved that they have to go through, and not all providers choose to do so. I live in Florida. I happen to be in January to get a checkup, and I asked about it. She said no, they don't do it. So ended up going to a CVS Minute Health Clinic, I believe it is. It's one of those things where you register and you try to get an appointment. I was very fortunate. It took me about 5 hours waiting to get in. So that is what it is. From there, I went in with my compliance forms, filled out a medical sheet. There's a sheet for a DOT physical specifically you have to fill out, and then she'll keep it with your files. And then from there, you'll give her the printout. She'll ask you a whole series of questions. She'll have you do range of motion for your neck, for legs, arms, turning, hearing. They'll do vision. I had to do a strange little walk, or kneeling down, bending, walking, to show where I could do it, balance. They did do a hernia check. So guys, it is what it is. You're going to have to do it if you want your physical. And you have to have the physical to get your license. So there's that. Some other things she asked about, because of my age, she asked me about history with blood pressure, with diabetes, because I did historically have diabetes, but it's been well maintained with diet and exercise. If you are diabetic and you're on insulin, there is a specific form or packet that has to be filled out in order to get your card. You're going to want to get that in motion beforehand, otherwise it will drastically slow you down. You can get waivers with that. So if you're someone who has diabetes, you're not in the best of health, you're on some of these medications, you can get some waivers for things. There are certain things that are absolute no-goes. I think that one of them was if you have an amputated limb, you're not going to be able to drive a commercial vehicle. That could have been me misunderstanding what the physician said. So take that for what it is. I can see nowadays with prosthetics and everything where that really shouldn't be a deal breaker. So all in all, the process itself wasn't that bad. I did have to pay out of pocket, even though I do have health insurance, decent insurance through the public school district here. They don't accept it for DOT physical specifically, so you'll end up having to pay for that. Um, Other than that, if you have any questions, any comments, leave them in the chat below. If you have a question or comment, please try and include the state you live. I think that'll help avoid a lot of confusion for folks. But by all means, share out. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, again, I am early in this process. I mean, I've been doing research for about 6 months, but I'm looking at changing a complete career. And let me know what else you guys have gone through, what you guys are working at right now. Who else is changing careers? What specific field within the CDL or commercial driving are you guys looking at? I mentioned in my last video, I'm looking at being a flatbed. I want to be able to get a little bit of exercise and hopefully get some shape. I know the first couple of months are probably going to suck, but hey, that's part of it. My family's worth it. I enjoy that sense of accomplishment at the end of a day of work. So that's me. Other than that, guys, as long as you're going, like I said in the past, just keep learning. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.